Hi, I'm Dr. Aniruddha Malpani. I'm an IVF specialist at Malpani Infertility Clinic. And I always have to keep on reminding my patients that they need to learn to be kind to themselves. It's hard being infertile. You're desperately craving for a baby, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to achieve your goal. And the problem is, it doesn't remain just a personal problem. It has emotional repercussions because you feel you're inadequate. You can't even do a simple thing like make a baby, which millions of women are doing routinely all the time. Starts affecting self esteem, you start getting an inferiority complex, starts affecting sexual desire. And of course, it starts having social consequences because after a few months, in India at least, and in other places after a few years, people start asking, so when are you planning to start your family? Don't you think it's about time you settle down and have a baby? Have you ever thought about your biological clock? And especially when your friend who got married after you calls you up and says, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant. You never know whether to be happy for her or sad for yourself. And I think this is partly because infertility is so closely tied with your self-image of yourself as a woman, of your childhood dreams of having a baby to mother and look after. It's tied in with your idea of sexuality and the ability to reproduce. And quite frankly, the desire to have a baby is hardwired in our DNA, which is the reason why the human race has been so successful and perhaps why there are so many of us. And when you can't do such a simple thing, you start questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? Maybe in some previous lifetime, maybe in this lifetime. Did we use contraception for too long? Did we not use contraception correctly? Is God punishing me? Or did we get married too late? Or I wish I'd started this earlier. 50 different things play in your mind, especially when you can't go to sleep, or especially when you've just had your period. And my only advice to you is you need to learn to be kind to yourself. Don't expect other people to be kind to you. If you're lucky, there will be people who are empathetic, kind, who've been through the journey before, who understand how your heart is breaking when you're trying to have a baby and you still can't succeed. But most people are completely clueless about the facts about infertility, the stress which infertility causes, the difficulty with taking treatment. And it's not just relatives. Often, sometimes IVF doctors themselves are not very kind or not very sympathetic. And this can take a toll on your own mental health. And that's why it's so important that you learn to nurture yourself. You need to understand that infertility is like any other medical problem, whether it's diabetes or whether it's hypertension. You didn't become infertile because of anything you did or you didn't do. It's a medical problem. It requires medical treatment. And the good news is there's lots of medical treatment which is available, which is extremely successful, which you can take. But you don't need to feel sorry for yourself. Equally important, you don't need to blame yourself. You need to understand that sometimes some women will need a helping hand in order to make a baby just because nature has let them down. And the good news is there's lots we can do for you. Please reach out to me. Our website at www.drmalpani.com has lots of information, all of which is written by me, so I can vouch for its authenticity, and it's written in simple terms which patients like you can understand, so you can do what's right for you. And you can take over control of your life, and once you take over that control, you won't feel so helpless anymore. So just as important as IVF therapy is what I call information therapy. And armed with this information, not only will your self-esteem improve, so will your chances of having a baby.